welcome back to the Horror Barbecue. God damn, on our new favorite home of the YouTube. The only one that hasn't tried to kick these two outlaws out yet. Undead outlaws, that is. But here we are on a Thursday night, right before you get to kick off your motherfucking weekend off right. With my undead brother here, Mortimer Deadfellow, and of course myself, the Big Bad Devil Daddy. We have got a great show for you guys tonight, but before I tell you shit, what do they need to do right now, Mr. Deadfellow?
Share to anyone you know. Wake the dead. Tell the spirits. Tell the living. Tell anybody adjacent to you and in your personal region to come to the underground and enjoy the sauce that we bring you only at the Horror Barbecue.
And what a sauce that is.
A horror sauce, and it's absolutely ghastly and delicious.
Oh, absolutely. It's exquisite in every form and fashion, perfect for any meat that you may have upon your slab this evening.
Exactly. A little bit of spice if it got a little kick, you know?
Exactly. And I'm going to go ahead and let you know that we are going to be talking about a couple of other diamonds in the rough that may have gotten past you at some point. And we feel you need to know about it. So what two films do we have for him tonight, my brother?
Well, we are bringing forth, if you feel like that hole in your pocket and it needs to be filled, well, maybe if you're lucky or unlucky, you'll get The Inheritance. And see, doesn't she look like she's having a delightful time?
Oh, just a wonderful time at that.
And then followed up by Odd Thomas, a boy battling the spectral undead and forces unseen to protect the living as well as himself.
Which is not an easy task.
Not really.
Not an easy task by any stretch of the imagination. And even though these two films are different, they do have something in common. They make your skin crawl. Literally. So, oh yeah, for sure. Whether you're dealing with, well, actually, the thing that unifies these two films together most importantly is the fact that they are facing unseen forces. And unless one actually reveals itself to you, and the others, well, if they find out that you know that we know that they know, then guess what? They're going to come looking for your ass. So, but two different stories and almost kind of satanically cohesive in a way. Because
to a degree, exactly. Yeah, they both have a darker, more than just like a fantasy or magical element, but definitely a darker element.
Oh, both insidiously. Not to throw the pun in there. Maybe I did. Insidiously scary, horrific, and just sinister. Oh, I dropped another one.
Right. But you know exactly though it has that underlying gloom and doom, like impending doom feeling as well.
Yeah, like you're constantly trapped against the clock.
Yeah. Yeah.
Literally in one of them. But before we jump into all this madness, we're going to take a quick commercial break and show you just how you can help support not only the Horror Barbecue, but everything on the Black Flame Entertainment Network. Check it out. That's all. when I released that damn Divine Madness shirt, the first thing I heard was, y'all look like twins. Really? Do we really?
Great minds think alike.
Or stink alike, whichever. I mean, we're all rotting, Yeah. But nonetheless, if you go to Reapers Underground on Teespring, you can pick up any of those fine shows on fantastic fucking t-shirts in which the design does not just flake away. It's on really good material, really good pressing, and you'll be guaranteed to have a horrific time showing your love for all of us here at Black Flame Entertainment. On to the films. And let me see, which one are we going to start with? Oh, I know. God damn it. Odd Thomas. When you're looking at either Prime Video or maybe Tubi, and you see this film just like by looking at the cover, obviously you have a teeny tiny little thumbnail there. At first you see his little jackass, right? But now you can see like really, really close that there are these ethereal beings trying to scratch at him. And, me doing what I always do is I read the descriptions because I'm always looking for new shit. Did you do this, Mortimer?
Yeah, actually, it's like as soon as the name, the title kind of caught my attention. And then it's like you said, it's like when I first saw the cover, it kind of reminded me too of the cover of like Shaun of the Dead. Like you said, where you got the hands reaching out and he's standing there with a weapon, and it was like, but those don't look like zombies.
No.
What is this? Kind of vibe. And that was the thing that first had brought, pulled me into it.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's like, it kind of reminded me of another film too called Dylan Dog.
Oh, yeah. I know what you're talking about.
Yes, yeah, which is another film I'm sure we'll be talking about at some point because it's along the lines of Odd Thomas. It's like it should have been a series starter.
Thank you, Lizzie. Said she picked up her horror barbecue shirt the other day. Awesome. But yeah, and the fact that I have a category of my own in a way, probably because I've used Prime 5 billion fucking times, it always shows me comedy horror.
Right.
Not only just comedy horror, but I do watch a lot of it, as well as good horror like thriller style, suspense, all that.
Yeah,
shit.
Of course.
Well, it actually popped up in it, and I'm sitting here reading through the details here. I'm like, how the fuck is this gonna be funny?
Right. It is more of a dark comedy than it is like, but especially with Odd Thomas, the thing that I really enjoyed that the film was able to do is give you false senses of it's okay now.
Right.
You got a break. The audience has got a tension break. It's lulling down for a little bit when it's really not. And you don't know that it is about to amp up. And I really liked how they did that.
Right out the gate, this motherfucker. Starting out with, a little bit of a dialogue kind of, getting you to know who Odd Thomas is and why he's important at all.
Right, right.
And the fact that he leads this life that I personally wouldn't wish on anybody.
True, right. And then it's kind of a Clark Kent kind of thing too, in a way, because he can't show it for fear of, being taken away because, oh, you're crazy, you're seeing things. But it's like, this guy can see things that if they were coming at you or around you, you would want to know. Like, what the hell is that, man? And it's like,
yeah. And they are unpleasantly known as the Bodaks. And they are these like demonic see-through things that are just constantly in a bout of 365 or 360 degree turn contortion. Right. Anywhere and everywhere Oh.
Yeah, it is. It's kind of like if a really pissed off giant like human sized amoebas got mad at
Yep.
you, and every part of it's a weapon. Like like you said, it's like it can go any way it needs to go. It kind of like it reminded me look wise a little bit without the Pepto pink.
Yep.
But if the blob was more of a translucent color like that, like
Oh
they are
yeah.
with the gray, it's like a
Mhm.
gelatinous kind of color, like mixed with like a shadow person. It's hard,
Well,
but
and
without the shadow, it's kind of
right.
it's like it was neat. I mean, that was the other thing I enjoyed about it. It was something
Well,
different.
yeah, it's really fucking different.
Yeah.
They don't make any sound. They
Oh,
don't like breathe air or anything, so you can't even tell when they're crawling all over your ass.
yeah.
Um, but apparently, in the Odd Thomas world, they are literally around everyone at all times, and they are drawn specifically to the evil ones,
Yep.
uh, which actually helps Odd Thomas do his job since he's, the quote unquote savior of the town.
Yeah, pretty
Uh,
much exactly. It kind of like oh, it was a film or it was a show that you had brought up. Was it Stan versus Evil?
yes.
And that kind of reminded me of the same kind of thing where it's like it's this one guy, almost kind of grim vibes a little bit for Odd
Oh, very
Thomas,
much so.
because it really could have turned into like a franchise. I really feel that. I think
Oh,
he carried
yeah.
it. I think he could have continued to carry it. They're a really good actor.
Yeah, especially since, well, I'll give this part away. He ends up moving to Vegas, or what looks like Vegas at the end of the film. So you could only imagine.
Well, Sin City.
Exactly right. It's probably crawling with these motherfuckers.
Oh
But
yeah.
he's got a full on life. He's got a job that he enjoys. He's a fucking cook. He's got a great chick that loves him and they're madly in love together. Got his own place. And then, his dad is one of my favorite actors of all time, which is escaping me at the moment. God damn it. Every time I think of him. Son of a bitch, he was the Green Goblin in the Spider-Man about 15, 20 years ago.
Willem Dafoe.
Thank you. See, when this brain goes to jelly, his powder's up, and that's how we do.
Yeah, vice versa. Yeah. And I
Damn it.
got moth and dust coming out of here.
Long day of
Yeah.
collecting souls. So yeah, but yeah, Willem Dafoe. God damn it.
Yep.
So the fact that when he showed up, I was like, oh, we got a party right now.
Yeah,
And
they got a lot of good actors and younger actors did a really well job in this too.
oh, they shined.
To
Oh, they
where
really.
yeah, because it's like they're helping compel the story and his life on, why these people are important to him or
Mhm.
like the town or stuff like that. And it's like it gave me kind of like, we're gonna go solve the mystery, like
Yeah,
like a kid's show would have. But it kind of
exactly.
it goes into the Buffy realm to where,
In a
oh
way,
no,
sure.
this stuff will kill you, so you need to fight back and fight the dark and the monsters and stuff. And
Well,
yeah.
it's like this. If you had the chance to set things right for
Right.
something that traumatically, I mean, it starts off with this motherfucking serial killer of children.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting here going, oh, you get this motherfucker. You must take him down at all costs.
Yeah.
Somehow
Oh yeah.
Thomas learned, the kung fu, and he's able to
Right.
he's able to kick ass when he gets a hold of some of these fuckers. And that whole first sequence in the film, fucking fantastic.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not trying
They
to give
started
too
off.
much away, Black Flame Universe, just so you know.
Oh, just all he's saying is it comes out of the gate hot.
Seriously.
Exactly what it does. Yeah.
And it does kind of take you on that little bit of a cloak and dagger kind of thing because they
Mhm.
got a case for somebody that they think is about to do something ridiculously bad. And of course, like any great horror film, it gives twists and turns, and then the clock is constantly ticking. They're finding new clues and stuff like that. Now, again, because we do say it's a dark comedy, this film isn't without its brutality.
Yeah.
It's gonna fuck with your sensibilities. So if you like a good mind fucker, this is a great film.
You're right.
But the one thing that I was not prepared for, and this is where like my brother Mortimer just said, the young folks cast in this film really shine, is probably the most tragic loss of love.
It's like you getting to see, like, through their eyes and stuff, and it makes it more raw. You're feeling it with them.
For real.
And they did good to convey it through.
I shed at least 3 tears every fucking time because you feel that shit.
Now they turn to lava when you do that, so just make sure you be careful where you do that.
I try not to burn myself, damn it.
Well, if I do it, I'll just get a spider. So
Exactly right. But yeah, man, it's going to really hit you in the feels. We feel like we have to prepare you for that because it's the biggest twist in the whole film. Even though I think I was on to it during the epic climax of the film. But again, we're not going to give that shit away.
They did very competent writing on the movie, on the film. So it like I said, it really is strange to me that it didn't become like a franchise on its own.
In a way,
I think it was ahead of time in parts.
When I think about it,
I don't think they knew how to market it like a lot of great horror shows and films and stuff like that. You have people that don't. Well, the studios, you know what I mean. And now you got Blumhouse. You have ones that are more geared towards it. Twisted Pictures. All those kind of different. That do horror films specifically now. But it's like,
honestly, the guys over at Blumhouse could have done a great fucking job, if you ask me.
Well, they just got their hands on a game called Phasmophobia.
Dude, I was going to actually say that.
Yeah.
You beat me to the punch. See, we're always on the same wavelength.
Yeah, and that should be interesting. It really should be. That's a pretty. You're in the hand. You are in the body. You're ghost hunting. Literally with all the equipment and gear you could.
Oh, do we get to kill Zach Bagans?
If they could get him in there to cameo and one of the ghosts literally just tears him to pieces, they will have my ticket. I would pay to see that more than once.
Mortimer will actually pull out as many knuckles as he can in order to get VIP, just so y'all know. As many bones as he can pull out. But yeah, I mean, shit, that's a whole nother thing. That's a whole nother thing. Because, with the disappointment of a very, very well celebrated video game film that just came out, let's hope they don't take it in too many different kinds of directions.
They need to take advice from the Fallout series.
Yes.
Stick
to the source material.
Stick to the source material. And it's kind of, to a large degree, what they did with Five Nights at Freddy's, so I'll give them that.
Oh, I'm excited for number 2.
To a large degree. And my favorite part of that movie is the end, but I won't say anything about that.
Oh, exactly. No, especially if anybody out there hasn't seen it.
Yeah, but because of a certain actor and a certain scene and how a certain way goes, that's my favorite part of the entire film.
Well, to have 2 celebrated actors together again in a film, for part 2 of that, it's only going to make it that much better. That's right. Billy and Stu are back together.
Yeah. For Five Nights at Freddy's, though, that's the part that's interesting.
Yes.
That's interesting. It's like, not for Scream. No.
Nope.
That's not.
And that's okay. We're okay with that.
See, Billy's going to be Freddy Fazbear.
He's
It's
gonna
like
be naughty,
he was
guaranteed. He's
he
gonna
was
be
under
naughty.
the bear the whole time.
Correct. But yes, back to Odd Thomas. You see these wonderful olive branches that we dig up from the dirt for you.
Oh yeah. But it really is, and I think for our demons, definitely, if you enjoy what you're here, so you do. If you enjoy fantasy and horror and with adventure,
Action.
there's love in there too. There's action, and it's good action too. It's not hokey action. That
No, it was
they
like
took the
almost
movie
Michael Bay
seriously.
style.
Yeah, they took the movie seriously. They took the lore seriously. Just for some reason, it didn't catch on the way. It didn't catch the audience that it should have. But
Well, they
some of the
didn't
best
push to
films.
get it a theatrical release, and that's why.
Well, that's the thing. Exactly. It's like people wanted to move away from the theater, but there's also times where you need the theater. People want to escape sometimes, go to the big screen, watch a movie. They just don't want to pay $40, $60 for fucking popcorn and a flick.
But this would have made a fantastic, Tuesday $5 day.
Well, it could have been, like I said, they could have turned this into a TV series easy. Easy.
Honestly, I think
Buffy and them already paved the way for it.
Yeah.
And it was its own thing. It wasn't vampires. It wasn't, it wasn't zombies. It's not
demons on another level.
It was its own creatures, its own lore. That's what I really liked about it.
Which makes a big difference, But sometimes they don't know what direction to go in.
Right.
So I think, there could have been a battle of, hey, do we continue on from where the film left off? Or do we do a prequel on how he came to be Odd Thomas? Because he started with this gift way young.
Yeah, exactly. You start when he's already grown enough and big enough to be able to, like you said, if he gets a hold of something or someone that these things are affecting, he's got to be able to handle business. Because it's not just, I'm gonna attack you with my mind. It's he's got to throw down.
But then again, they kind of probably were thinking, I hate to say this, but unlike Buffy had multiple creatures at multiple times, all different kinds. It wasn't vampires, 24/7, 365.
No, exactly. Yeah.
The series didn't have to run on that. But this particular story has to run on the Bodaks, unless someone would have been, hello, Hollywood, astute enough to throw in some, versions of the Bodak that are different levels.
Exactly. Maybe that was one of my thoughts watching it. But that's what I thought.
Been like a
lead up to, like a lead up to a sequel.
Yeah.
Where we would have seen more evolved, more bigger double daddies, of the Bodaks going in there throwing down. Exactly. That was my only complaint of the film was that. And that it didn't get a sequel.
But then again, you never know. The writers, the director probably wasn't thinking second film. Maybe they didn't believe in the script enough to think that it would be able to go on and on. Hey, Luna Projects, what's going on, girl? Luna. Good to see y'all. And I see all you motherfuckers out there. Don't you be afraid, demons and addicts. Put comments in the comment section because, unfortunately, YouTube is the only place you can do it right now. And we love that shit. Yeah, talk dirty to us, We're old. We're old, We like it when you talk dirty to us. Anyway. Oh, yeah. See, Luna Projects knows what's up. She says, I love the whole Odd Thomas book series. People. Book series. This could, you know what? I don't want to sell you just on the fact that we love it so much. We're about to show you the trailer. And if you haven't checked this out, I think the numbers and stars are going to go way up after you see this. Check it out.
Ladies. My name is Odd Thomas. I'm not a celebrity. I'm not the child of a celebrity. I've never been married to, abused by, or provided a kidney to a celebrity. but I do lead an unusual life. Knock, knock.
Loop me in, odd one.
This place looks like some kind of shrine.
Did you check the refrigerator for any severed heads?
That is Stormy Llewellyn. Stormy and I are destined to be together forever.
That must be for you.
I found a gateway to hell.
Get out of there, Audie.
Been communing with the dead?
It's not about who's dead, sir. It's about who soon might be.
You have a secret. You're either a clairvoyant, a psychic, or you got yourself some juice with a higher power.
I'm here looking for a guy. Creepy guy.
Any of those Bodach things around?
Bodax. When they do show up, it's a sure sign that carnage and bloodshed are not far behind. If they find out you can see them, they will kill you.
I'm just so scared for you, Audie. A lot of people died in that dream of yours, huh, Odd?
Yeah, they did.
Your dreams ever come true?
This town is in serious trouble.
I want an APB put out on this guy now!
August 15th. Trust me, that is the day that Pico Mundo will never forget.
If that didn't sell you, that you need to go and watch this film, you saw it. You could see the funny factor. He's this, odd character that, he's gangly, he's kind of the nerd type. He's funny, right? And then he's like, well, I have to save people from dying. And that's the fucked up part about the whole thing, because he, first of all, his existence fucking sucks. He dreams that shit's going to happen. He sees that things are going to happen. And then he has to try to save them. Could you imagine trying to be fucking normal, or whatever is normal these days? A normal, peaceful, we'll just say a peaceful existence, and have to deal with this on a regular basis. And that was it was right there in the trailer too, what me and Mortimer were talking about. They could have made this a fucking series, because him and Stormy were little kids when they got that card from the, Zoltan, or whatever the hell his name is there, that said that they were destined to be together forever. And in fact, you will find out that that is the absolute fucking truth. But go check this out. And the crazy part is you saw the producers was one of the producers from the fucking Mummy franchise. It's like, why the fuck didn't they push this to the front of? I could go on for days, and then I got to pull my scythe out and I got to do some reaping. But you know what? We're not going to do that because we have more to talk about. But as you can see, again, these two movies, he found a portal to hell, and then there is something deliciously satanically beautiful. Another fucking filmmaker does his own work. I love it when they do that, don't you, Mortimer?
Yes, indeed I do. Makes our job easier.
So many people believe in the so-called sins. I love it when they pick one of them that is one of my personal favorites, because you can't tell me that there's not a single motherfucker out there whose number one sin is greed, and what one is willing to do to get it. So
Mine's lust.
Yes. So Mortimer was down in the crypt the other day and he had a chance to see it. Now, I've seen it 3 times because I'm a huge fucking fan. Love it. I mean, it's one of the best demons that there are out of the, 82 fucking demons that there are, depending
True.
upon what book you read.
It is a pretty big club.
Oh, it's a huge
Yeah.
fucking club. And then we have to get into the Princes of Hell. That's a whole nother thing.
Yeah, see, I don't mess with most of them pretty much. It's like you got to have the press suits and the money and the silver horns and
have
all
to
these other
bring
different. Yeah,
offerings, you got to bring some vermin and some
yeah,
other
yeah. See, I don't have legions behind me just yet. I just got the people in the back of the crypt, and most of them have been there for hundreds of years, so they've got a little less pep than they used to. They don't hold together as well as some of us. But of course, I give myself my best work, of course.
Well, I mean, I could totally see us, King Reaper, King Mortimer,
It's good to be
having
the
our
king.
own respective places in the afterlife. That's a hill I'd like to see. Anyway,
I will take over purgatory.
yeah, because everyone's always like, it's the blah dimension. Nobody quite knows what it is, how it is, why it is,
Exactly.
where.
Let's spice
We
it
can
up,
take that shit over and be like, bitches, you want to come to purgatory?
and we'll wake the
Because we're
dead.
running that shit.
Exactly.
Oh, shit, that's for another show. But anyway, it still works because it's me and Mortimer. So, double your pleasure, double your fun.
Gone to the dinner. Just for you.
Lizzie, she says purgatory. It could be. You never know.
It is if I'm running it.
That's right. And then you put us two together, you got a fucking banana split. Anyway, this film is another one that I just can't wrap my skull around.
Mhm.
This didn't come to the theater. It's got one of the main actresses from the fantastic, successful Netflix series, Cobra Kai.
Yeah.
Know her as the #1 female gun on the Cobra
Yeah.
side. She is
Yeah.
a bona fide ass kicker. Now, unfortunately, well, I don't want to tell you that because I don't want to make you not watch the film. But anyways, she's in it, and let's face it, from the poster alone, she's selling that shit. Oh,
Yeah.
fucking long.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. But this one I don't get. It could have very easily went to the box office and people would have fucking loved it.
Oh yeah. See that's the thing with me on that I thought of when I first came across it. Even though it's not like it exactly, it gave me the original flavor of House on Haunted Hill.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like you have to come to
Those
this
vibes
place
were there.
and and stay there the whole time to do whatever for so much amount of money, like stupid amount of money.
I mean,
and in this case, it's personal because it's an inheritance. You think you've already earned your money.
oh yeah, that your places
you
are
haven't.
already set.
Yeah, exactly. But it's one of those films, exactly. It's like you said, that did its research and a lot of aspects of it. And it's like, does what different people encounter in the film, does it take them out, or have they already done that a long time ago with how they are as people?
And that's the fucking thing, man. So obviously, we are children of the Faustian tradition. And if you know the good story of Faust, this is kind of a nod to that with more realism.
Almost like 13 Ghosts, but exactly with the same thing. It's like, what would you pay to be able to open the eye of hell, to be able to see the past, the future, and the present? and that was 13 Ghosts. But the thing was, like you said there too, to a degree, it's 13 Ghosts was more into, okay, we had this special ecto glass, we got the glasses. It was like
he
way
had
more
them
high
contained
tech.
with spells.
Yeah, it was
That's
more
a
high tech.
whole different gambit. Because this is okay. Let's set the stage. So, like Mortimer said, it definitely gives you the vibe because they're coming to this unholy, beautiful mansion.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness!
Yeah.
Whoever picked and signed the name on the dotted line to rent out this mansion, it couldn't have been more perfect for what is in store. So it starts out with so we have a dad. We have the father. He is the patriarch of this billion-dollar corporation. Yeah. And he has called his children home, who obviously don't fucking like each other.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's like you learn that very, very, very quickly, like in the very beginning, like that.
Yeah.
They're all estranged, even with their dad, but they've been living off the money.
Well, two of them are big wigs in the family business.
Yeah.
That's their life. That's all they care about. The family business, the Abernathy fucking business. That's the name, Abernathy. Because originally, whenever I see a big, I'm so rich, I have big wrought iron gates with my first initial on it, I said, oh, this must be the ass hats.
Right? I mean, it does give that vibe. It's like it's money and you're showing off when you bought your house on purpose.
Could you imagine me having a fucking mansion like that and having a big old fucking arm with like a knife, scythe or something like that going around the letter? I mean, that'd be the tits McGee to be perfect.
Yeah, that'd be pretty badass. I
mean, maybe a nice serpent kind of intertwining the.
Well, see, that's what you do. That could be the door knocker. Is you can have the serpent on there, and then if you don't want them there, like no soliciting, just hit the button and the snake just right in the forehead, give them a little love tap, and it's off. I just go with the crypt shovel. That's my home defense.
You know what, Luna Projects? I agree with you. Supernatural, the show, definitely showed purgatory pretty well. At least
I would say so. Yeah, I would say
that idea of it. I definitely agree with that.
Under that concept guidelines they established for the show, they did a good job with that.
It's the only show that ever fucking did it when you think about it.
Well, true. Yeah, true.
Because there's purgatory and then there's the ethereal. So it's like two different things.
Yeah, exactly. And they did more of the ethereal for Charmed and did more of Bring Hell to Sunnydale for Buffy. So
exactly. Lizzie says, goodness, y'all already pre-gaming for Saturday. Love it. Well, we don't mix bones around here.
I did nothing.
We've been around for aeons, it feels. So
it does feel like it.
We're a little randy here and there. Can you withstand the side eye from Brother Mortimer here? He sucks you right in, right into his eye socket. But moving on. Interesting. So Luna Project says, I'm surprised other people haven't built their mansions like this. And in this particular film, it's like, this is like Castle Grayskull.
I was going to mention that. The way it is as large as the house is, but you got to give it to the cinematographer. The way that this movie is filmed, you could get lost in this house.
For the first 10 minutes of the film, before anything even fucking happened, I mean, obviously the opening credits, they're going through a beautifully, Latin style satanic book. And I'm like, oh, I found the right movie, because I have to say, thank you, Hulu, for putting this in my suggested. And I was like, I didn't even know this existed. And
See,
it's got
but
one of
then
my
that's what.
favorite fucking actors in it too, Bob Guton.
Yeah. Well,
He's amazeballs. I love him. Or is it Gunton? Maybe it's Gunton.
yeah, and he's been in a bit.
Oh yeah,
Like
absolutely.
what was it? 2 seconds. 2 seconds. Now with Mary Shaw.
Yes.
Dead Silence.
Dead Silence. Yes.
Yeah. And he's been in, like a lot of movies. And also too, he did
he was a great puppet, meat puppet at that.
yeah, but I think also too, if I'm correct, he was in Ace Ventura too.
He was.
Well, don't do that. My brother used to do that to me. Ace is torturing him. Yeah. Yeah, and he's been in tons and tons of movies. But he did great in this. He really did. He plays that patriarch. It's like, you're my kids, you want my money.
He's got
Do what I tell
I'm
you.
an asshole. I love you, but I'm still an asshole. Yes, you're my children, but I'm still an asshole vibe. Like he's
and I
got
know
it.
you want my I know you want my
I know
money.
you want
more
my
than
shit.
anything.
I know you're waiting
Yeah.
for me to die. And, it's a pleasure to see you all. But guess what? You have to keep me alive till midnight. And if you fail, you get nothing.
And all you know,
Let that
all you
sink
get,
in.
all you get told, which won't ruin this for anyone,
Nope.
is someone will show up tonight and kill him if you do not protect him.
Yep.
You do not
And
rescue him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I loved how they prefaced it too.
Yeah.
I made a business deal years ago that cost somebody their life. How fucking, out in the wind is that? Like you're like, well, who? Who did you kill? And of course, the two oldest of his litter are automatically thinking, oh shit, we got to alert media support, everybody that handles all the PR. If this gets out, it's going to be a travesty. And I'm sitting here thinking, that's what you're concerned with?
You're right.
You're not concerned about dear old Poppy?
Right. And then that's the thing too, is it's like most of the children in this one don't really play the role of, of course, father, or like
there's
good
only
children.
one that
They
actually
don't
cares.
Yeah, none of them really are like that.
Nope. And what's really interesting in these two actors, actor and actress, they really shine in this fucking thing. They all do. Let's be real.
Yeah,
because
no, they
first
cast
you got
it well.
Yeah. First you got Peyton List, who we talked about from Cobra Kai. I mean, she plays the perfect youngest child of the group.
The blogger,
and she's got a fashion line.
Yeah.
And she's all on fucking TikTok and this, that, and the other thing. I mean, that's what brings this into the now. Because somebody who is a billionaire princess, that's what they're going to be doing. But then you have the two hard-nosed ones, David Walton and Rachel Nichols. They are cold as ice, and they play it perfectly. Like,
they've got that 80s, almost that 80s
and shit
cutthroat business suit. Yeah.
Somebody you'd probably see on Wall Street.
Pretty much, yeah. No, exactly. Yeah, definitely. It's his Wall Street kids that just want daddy's money.
Yes, I was going to mention that. Thank you, Luna Projects. She's also in School Spirits, which is a fantastical fucking series that you can watch right now. And I've actually been watching. I've watched the first 2 seasons, and I fell in love with it. Usually, the high school shit. I mean, I'm as old as I am. I usually don't get into it, but the way that the subject matter, how it's all put together, it's very yet again reminiscent of the Buffy the Vampire Slayer series, even though they're all ghosts. And not to mention a badass song at the beginning. I love it.
It doesn't hurt.
No, it
Yeah,
doesn't hurt at all. And it's full of all kinds of treachery, which is what I love. Because who knew that ghosts would backstab each other and the living all at the same time?
A lot of them don't have shit to do. It's like they get bored.
On Paramount Plus.
And then it's like,
yeah,
you can only walk through a wall so many times. That's why I just got back in my body. It got boring.
Right.
Really, it's like you can't pick up anything unless you really practice hard. You got to do the mind stuff, and I ain't got the patience for that. I couldn't go all Patrick Swayze on it. So, I just jumped back in my corpse and then had Ophelia, pump me full of that green goat juice, from Mr. West. So
wait a
I'm
minute.
go.
Green goat juice. That has to be a thing, and we're going to find a way to put that into a film. Thank you. See, we breed great ideas here as well for horror. I love it.
It worked really good. I'd end up, really smelling like wool for a while. And then it's like I'd go to say anything with the B and I'd bah. Damn it.
I am the goat.
Okay.
Which actually, side note, before we continue on our discussion of the great film, The Inheritance, I want to thank everybody, all you demons and addicts alike, for all your fantastic messages about so sorry that you guys got banned on Facebook Live from going live and streaming the shows, and the fact that there are so many people that love what we do and are willing to say, hey, Reaper, I'm going to make sure that with your permission. I'm like, you don't need my permission. Are you kidding me? Who am I? The Pope? The Dark Pope, maybe. But can we share every single time you go live to Facebook, so that way the bastards can't get you down? And I want to thank you guys for doing that, everybody that does that on Facebook, because Facebook has a war with me, and that's okay, because I'm going to win. Always bet on black. Thank you. So back to it. For such a small cast, and I was trying to talk about Austin Stowell and Brianna Middleton. Those two shine in this fucking movie so well because, Rachel and David, they play the stone cold, fuck y'all, it's for the family, it's for the money, it's all about business. These two are the ones that actually have love for Bob's character.
Right. Yeah. They're the closest to the good kids as you're going to get. And it's like, and it puts them at odds because the others don't trust it. Oh, they're up to something. They're doing that.
Exactly.
They're scheming. It's not real niceness. They don't really care. And you get that.
Yeah. Yeah, Luna Project has a question for you. She says, what is that like? Spinach kale beer smoothie?
No, more like the fluid from Reanimator.
Yeah, that living undeadly happy ever after juice.
That's all right. I was dead when I had it put in me already, so. A good 100 years too. 100, 150. Yeah, it's been a long time. I've been a Victorian time, so I'm old as balls. I'm older than I was going to
say, you didn't even have embalming fluid back then. Fuck.
No. Ophelia just stuffed me with straw for a good, I think, 7,500 some odd plus years. Yeah. That's why I never got my color back. I did in my hands, but I didn't get it back in my face. And I told her the damn bag was too tight on my head, but what you gonna do,
Exactly. Well, Peyton's character, Cammie, she also very much cares for Daddy.
Right.
So, she is just as bewildered as the rest of them because Charles Abernathy doesn't tell them the details of what this
On
is all about.
multiple occasions.
Right. More than once. We're
More
talking
than
about
once.
probably half the film
Yeah.
before anyone actually figures anything out until the death starts happening.
Yes.
And of course, we're not going to give too much away on that because I want you all to watch this thing.
Yes, because
For
they're
real.
worth your enjoyment as a, oh, that's creative,
Right?
but also too, oh yeah, no, they brought the horror. Okay, all right, now they're in trouble. Okay,
Yep.
that's what you'll get with it.
So basically, there is this mysterious person or something knocking each one of the kids off one by one. And throughout this whole thing, until Hannah and Drew get to one specific room in the house that really punches it home. And it's something that I looked at my wife and said, when we get a bigger home, I want a room just like this. Because Charles doesn't have one, but two fucking rooms. Two.
Yeah.
Devoted to the occult.
Oh yes.
And who do you see when they walk into the first one? I said that without a doubt was a nod to The Exorcist.
Oh,
because
very nice.
fucking life-sized, and I mean like 8, maybe 9 feet tall statue of Pazuzu. I about shit my pants. Nothing makes me shit my pants. I was like, God damn, this is fantastic.
It's walking around occult money.
Oh my goodness. And not to mention these statues of other like big occult figures throughout history. And we're talking about way back when type shit.
Yeah, like dedicated all like a lot of funds to collect these and a lot of time to track them down alone.
Until they come upon this painting from Dante's Inferno.
Oh, that old piece.
Right? Oh, just that little, old knick-knack,
right.
if you will. It starts to paint the picture, people.
Yeah.
Of what's going on. But we still don't know. Is Charles the one it wants or not? Are the kids just getting in the way? Is he knocking them off just to get to Charles so that there's no question, right? So if you look in Abrahamic demonology, get all, professor here on you, but that there is one demon that is one above all others when it comes to matter of greed. And through this tussle, because an unforeseen force is trying to, first it tries to take his wife, but luckily, they break the stranglehold. But as they're running out, because what is more terrifying, and this is not really a spoiler, but what if certain room of occult statue suddenly looks at you and you're running through trying to get, and then as you're closing the door, you see something rise up. Like freaking, I almost said it. A hair. Wrong show. A hair from closing the doors. And you see this being rise up. I knew right there what the fuck was going on. This is not a hit team. This ain't the SWAT. This isn't even a contract killer.
Yes,
No,
not an assassino.
exactly.
You know, he does not have a creed, but he has a creed of his own. You're about to find out what it is, and you're not going to enjoy it.
It reminds me of my current character in the franchise Creep footage, known as the Caretaker. He is there to collect not souls, but payment. And they, it's brilliant. We find out throughout the course of the film that the demon of greed, known as, oh my goodness, wrong name, Mammon, of all demons, is the one to collect the rest of this contract. Because the crazy part is there is a scene, and this is not really a spoiler either. You see that there is a binder on Charles's desk. And he's going through it. He's like, according to the business contract, I mean, it's like this thick. I'm sitting here going, I never heard of a demonic contract that was like printed out so eloquently and bears his signature.
He probably met a demon in the 80s. Probably working on
so thorough, right?
It's like you're kind of spoiled for choices in the 80s if they went to Wall Street. So am I going to possess this asshole or this guy? You're spoiled for choices.
Now, we don't want to spoil too much, but we can't exactly not. Well, maybe there's a creative way that we can kind of let you in on a few things. There's, we know that the kids are kind of being like knocked off, one by one. So once one is gone, who comes back to knock off the next? We'll let you figure that out once you watch it. But, it's definitely Drew and Hannah, those two characters, that are really making their way through this madness to find out the truth of what exact contract did he sign. And there's a moment in this film, like if you're a parent, anybody out there in Black Flame universe, if you're a parent, there's like this one part where the father demonstrates that at the end of the day, it's all about the greater good for the company and what he has left to do. Now, mind you, and I'll give this away, his contract that he made with Mammon ends on his 75th birthday. What more do you have to do?
Yeah.
Humans. When you're 75 years old, you're a multi-billionaire 50 times over. What more do you have to do at 75? And then he says, well, I have so much left to do. When? You don't know your expiration date at that point in time, except for myself and Brother Mortimer over there. We know, but you don't know.
I know because it happened. So it's like, okay. But yeah, no. Yeah. Other than that, you don't know.
We all came out of a crypt. We know what's up. You don't.
That is true.
But damn it, I have to say, it didn't fucking chintz on shocking value. I mean, the way the deaths occur in this film, very shocking, brutal.
Yeah, they did good with that.
So many ways.
They didn't hold back.
No. And for a cast of 8, There's only
Yeah.
8 actors in the whole film, people. They pulled off a nightmare night at this mansion.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
Almost
agreed.
kind of reminds me of the Truth or Dare film.
Kind of, yeah, yeah. It has flavors of those. Is it about, it's about the money,
Right.
but you're also trying to find the layers to it. There's also a survival aspect to it. So it's like it's got a bunch of layers, and then you've got the uneasiness of not knowing who you can trust, whether they're family or not.
Exactly. And the biggest
Yes.
part is you don't know what's coming for you.
Exactly. Yeah. You can't prepare because you're never
Not
given
for
the
the unseen
information.
shit.
Yeah, you're never given really the information that you need to try to to battle against this force.
Yes. And Mammon is coming. And as a creature actor, as well as Brother Mortimer there, all hats off to the creature.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. No, they
for
did a really good
what
job.
shows up at the end of the film, because I'm like, God damn, that's beautiful. And I don't want to spoil it. You gotta.
But they could go on more with this series too. This could go through each
big
sin.
time. It could be
would
another
really,
family.
yeah,
Yeah.
dealing with another sin that they're all guilty of. And
Who
it's like,
wouldn't want to see that?
it would be cool. I think it'd be neat to do that.
And then see the
Give you
price get
something
paid.
new. Yeah, but exactly. Well, you look at it like that, and most people that enjoy horror films, especially like the slashers back in the day, everybody's favorite person to get taken out was the guy that was the jerk or mean to somebody over and over again throughout the movie, because the audience is with them going, oh yeah, get him, I can get him, yeah, because they can't normally go out and do that. So through the film, you're able to, you let Jason handle your business, or Freddy Krueger, like that guy was a jerk, man. He's not a jerk no more.
Those icons are tangible.
Yeah.
You know what to expect.
You're still screwed, but yeah, to a degree, you'd have more of a physical chance to defend yourself than you would in this case,
or to get away.
Yeah.
We're talking about a mansion. Now, this was probably one of the most intrinsic fucking amazing idea when these 5 kids, I call them kids because they're all in their 20s, right?
Right, yeah.
This house locks itself down from the bottom to the top.
Yeah. Seeing that was
There
part
is
of
no
it that
way out.
reminded me, of the House on Haunted Hill, because it's like once
Yeah.
you get in and
Running
Daddy
down
hits
the
the trigger, yeah, you're screwed until the next day.
I bet you that was a nod to Vincent Price.
It probably was. It probably was. Yeah, he had all of the guys, all of the men that we tributed the last barbecue had grand quaking effects and multiple series of types of films, not just horror. So that's not a surprise to me at all.
Quick side note on that. If you haven't seen that episode of the Horror Barbecue, and I know a lot of you have, thank you. We so appreciate that shit here in the dark and the cold, dank places that we live. You can catch it on YouTube, and we also shared it to all of Facebook. You can find it. Reapers Underground, Black Flame Entertainment, Aaron Markham, Steve Livingood, all of those pages. You can find it. And my extra side note is I was on my YouTube today. Wait a minute. Luna Project says which one? We did the Holy Trinity of Horror. Christopher Lee, Peter Cushing, and you guessed it, Vincent Price. I think that's what she's talking about. But as a quick side note, You know how there's those little things on your YouTube when you go to the app and it shows you the shorts? Well, there's a short of Vincent Price on Johnny Carson. And Johnny, is asking him, what did you think of The Exorcist? To me, what was more shocking is what Vincent Price had to say about his initial reaction. First, he said, "Oh no, I'm not standing in any lines at the theater. I refuse to do that." And I was like, you go, boy. You're Vincent fucking Price.
Right.
And then, yeah. And then he says in his, Vincent Price voice, "Oh, it was ghastly. I was so scared I was under my seat." He's going on and on about how much that film absolutely terrified him. And, let's think about it, folks. He comes from great literature.
Yeah.
All those films that he's done, The Pit, The Pendulum,
Yeah.
Edgar Allan Poe, all that stuff, that was stomachable. But something like The Exorcist coming out in the 70s probably blew his motherfucking perfect back.
Yeah, I would agree with that. It's like, oh, I'm ready for this. I know horror.
Oh yeah,
what
he
the hell is
he
that?
was ready.
Oh, where's the cross? Why is this girl spitting pea soup at me?
Wait a minute, she's taking a crucifix and plunging herself.
What did she do with that? No. Easy Pete. No.
We're like, you weren't ready for that. Could you imagine what he thought about Hammer Horror, his two other constituents?
Right.
I'm sure he thought was like, oh, the blood, it's so red.
You can see her titties. No. We never did that in my films.
We did not do such things here on the land of US.
No.
God
like,
damn.
where are you going, Vincent? I'm going to go make films in Europe with them.
Right. He's like, the United States is not, I don't know, doing it for me anymore. I'm going to go to the land of England. I could totally see that happening if one of them was Vincent Price. God damn it. Oh, but seriously, though, again, The Inheritance, if you are looking at a great thriller, suspense, heavy demonic, ghostly at times.
Yeah.
This is the film for you, and we are about to show you why. Because, again, it's an indie film.
Yep.
That speaks a lot of truth. Check it out.
You're probably wondering why I called you all home.
It's an Abernathy reunion!
Here's Madeline.
CJ. And here's Drewski and Hannah Banana.
Hi, Cameron.
It's been years since we were all under this roof.
So quiet. Where's everyone?
He sent the staff and security home for the night.
Why?
I think it's best he tell you himself.
Dad, we need you to level with us. What's going on?
I asked you all here because by midnight, I'm going to die.
What? Dad, you look fine. What did the doctor say?
I didn't say I was sick.
This whole thing is insane.
You really think your dad's just making all this up?
I assure all of you, this is not a game. I've ruined lives in the name of business. And now, there's a price on my head.
Hello? You're saying that someone is going to come here and kill you?
It's not someone. It's...
Some... thing.
What's happened?
Oh, God.
There's something in this house and it killed your sister. Do you really want to be next?
There are certain precautions to make sure you take this seriously.
I think you can squeeze through.
If I survive the night, you're $2 billion richer.
I'm stuck. Get me out. Something's in here.
Come on, let go! Oh, my God.
If I die tonight, you'll get nothing.
We're in this together, all of us. Come and get me. There must be some way out of this house. What is that thing?
It's what's come for me, my dear.
Ooh, wee, good looking. Coming out of that painting in all her glory. So you probably figured out that Peyton List doesn't last long as a human, but damn it, in the afterlife, though, she's gonna rip your guts out.
Really a sweet girl, really misunderstood.
Exactly. She's just looking, to exact revenge.
Exactly.
But again, you can see how Brianna Middleton and Austin Stowell really steal the show in this film. And Peyton List as well, her character.
Yeah. Everybody, the casting was really well done. Everybody fit their character perfectly, I thought.
Yes. It's like, who really is trying to save Daddy? And it's like, who figures out? Say what now?
Daddy's trying to save Daddy. That's the only part of it that you are sure about.
Yes.
Because like he said, if he survives the night, you're $2 billion richer.
Uh-huh. And when the first kid dies, what does he tell? Because he actually gives the Hannah character an out. He says, you can go. You're not really needed here. And, Drew shouldn't have brought you. She's like, no, I'm staying. My husband's here. I'm sticking with him, and we're going to try to help you. I was like, wow, who offers themselves up as a willing sacrifice?
Right.
She has no idea what chaos madness is about to befall this evening.
That's some Davy Jones shit right there,
Yeah.
Part of the ship, part of the crew.
Part of the ship, part of the crew.
But I agree with that though too. Is it's really the only ones that you see even to that end that are trying to protect Dad, protect the father character as much, and it's like, but still anything they do is questioned by the other siblings. Oh, why are you doing this? Oh, because you want the money. Oh, you're trying to be secretive, and the paranoia level is high.
Oh my goodness, that's one of the best feelings that makes it so intensified.
Well, because you don't know who you can trust. 100%. You don't know who you can trust.
Each one of those kids, that's what I call them, because they are the children of Charles Abernathy. You don't know what their intentions are, as you will find out.
Yeah.
At certain points in the film, it's like they know every inch of that fucking house. They grew up in that shit.
Yep.
One of the things that I found most gorgeous and haunting all at the same time in this film is the amazeballs oil paintings of each family member.
Yeah.
Those were legit, I found out.
Oh yeah, that doesn't surprise me. because I mean it looks like it, and it made it more realistic, like more like the house was there. It's like you said, it's like they grew up there, and it helped anchor you to, hey, this used to be like our childhood home when we were kids, you know, and now we're battling over, you know, who's gonna run the empire, or you know, are we gonna save daddy, are we not gonna save daddy, do we got to sacrifice our siblings to do it? In most cases, if we do, big deal. And then you get that.
Daddy like, gonna give you a big IOU.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, and that's what the film was good at for that. I gotta give it that. It keeps you kind of guessing the best it can as you're going through it, trying to piece it together yourself.
A lot of twists and turns in this film. And we've given you guys a lot of depth on this one. If you're watching the podcast, if you don't see it live, if you catch it after the fact, you'll see what we're talking about, because we've given you no spoilers, but some subtle hints along the way. Now, mind you, this film is playing on Hulu right now. So if you have the Hulu Disney, you know, because now it's like, oh, we own your ass, so we're all together kind of thing.
Right.
I can remember being with Hulu when Hulu was just Hulu, and that was it. It was like $4.99.
Yep.
Now you got to bundle it together and pay so much more. But I know. I can't help it. They own Marvel.
Yeah.
Disney
Star
all
Wars.
at the same time, because I love my Disney. I can't help it. I know. The Reaper loves Disney. Disney films. Why? Because I've grown up with it. My kids have grown up with it. I have a special kind of connection with some of the films. Fuck off. That's just the way it goes.
You like what you like.
Exactly. So if you have Hulu, that is the place to go. Is there any other places they can find this film, Brother Mortimer?
For Inheritance, I am not quite sure. I know about Hulu. It might be on Tubi, but I'm not 100% sure.
I'm not 100% on that either.
Yeah, I know. I'm almost 100% that Odd Thomas is.
Yes.
Available to watch on Tubi.
Yes, absolutely. It's on multiple platforms.
Yeah.
And you know what? It never seems to get kicked off.
Yeah.
It's one of the longest reigning fucking films.
That's true. That is true. Yeah.
That hasn't gotten expiration date. And there's a reason for that. People are constantly going to that film. You guys need to support it. You don't even have to rent it.
Right.
You know, and I had a little bit of a tickle as I was going through Prime today. You know that abomination of the reimagining of The Crow? It's available on one streaming service right now. One.
I
How
will.
much of a stink fest.
I will pay them not to watch it.
You know, I'd give you the goddamn,
They couldn't pay me to watch it. It's like I would not. It's like, here, I'll give you $5 and I won't watch it.
Right.
I guess I'm not. No. I don't have no problem somebody working with that storyline and doing their own story, because there's like 30 of them that the creator created, and not treading back over, somebody's like
legacy
last film and legacy that you couldn't do better than anyway. Too many awesome things came together, except for the one tragic thing that happened within The Crow.
Exactly.
But that's the thing. You got 30 other stories to choose from. At least that of different crows.
Oh, it's a huge novel series.
Just don't do Eric Draven, and we're good.
So fuck you, Stars, for picking it up.
Stars was great for Spartacus.
Right. That's about it.
Oh yeah. Hey, Lucy Lawless. Mwah.
Well, you know.
Mm-hmm. I'm not that dead.
Yes. Luna Project says they should have left that alone.
100%.
Exactly. You don't shit on a classic, a legacy, something so special. I don't give a fuck that it was 30 years ago. 30 years later.
If you can't improve on it, don't touch it.
30 years later, it's still one of the most watched films of all time.
Yep.
That should it's a movie. Something.
Yeah, it's a movie because of his performance and everything like that. That a
it's
lot of
not
people.
Even just him.
Well, it's not just him. It's Ernie Hudson. I mean, you
Tony
have
Todd.
Tony Todd, exactly. You have Michael Wincott. You've got all these. We also
the greatest bad guy crew to ever grace the silver screen, if you ask me.
All right, yeah, Bai Ling. You know, she likes the pretty eyes. You
know? Right, skank.
You know, feel like a little worm on a big fucking hook. Yeah, but yeah, you had a bunch of characters for that, and it almost had Michael Berryman, the great Michael Berryman, as the Skull Cowboy. Yeah, yeah.
But nonetheless, Odd Thomas is on. We think possibly Tubi, but definitely.
I am pretty sure it's on Tubi.
Definitely on Prime Video. Check
it
Tubi just
possibly
in case.
Also YouTube itself. YouTube, you put in YouTube.
Yeah, that's right.
Free with ads, and
what the fuck is that all
well. Yeah, it could be on there as well.
There's a certain amount of films that are now free on YouTube. Why? Because nobody wants to pay YouTube for shit. True. Haven't they figured it out yet? There's so much pirated films on YouTube. They're like, okay, we'll give you like 100
right,
for free instead of paying for YouTube TV or whatever it's called.
Right.
But yeah. And then The Inheritance. We know for a fact it's on Hulu right now. So if you have it, man, put this on your watch list for the weekend. You will not be disappointed. It's suspenseful. You kind of can almost be, I don't know, it speaks to any family that has button heads kind of thing.
Yeah, and distance apart. Like there's rifts between every member of the family, really.
Exactly.
Including dear old dad, so.
Right. Because what might seem frail in the beginning might not seem frail at the end. You don't know, so you've got to watch it. Lizzie says, I can see wanting to bring the story into the present for new audiences, but they made Eric and Shelley just irredeemably awful. Yes. Yeah. They lost the whole point of that portion. Let me say that again. Yeah. That portion of the Crow, because there are multiple Crows in the Crow universe.
Yep.
And they decided to shit on one of the biggest ones there was.
Yeah, the one that started it all.
Yeah, the one that started it all.
Yep.
So...
Yeah.
Thank you guys so much for choosing us for your Thursday night entertainment. Originally, just to let you know, the Divine Madness was going to be tomorrow evening, but my brother Robert Lasardo is on location shooting a new film and said that he could not make it. So you can definitely expect some programming tomorrow night, as I am going to do a review of Terror Toons 4. That's right. I'm going to review the chaos, the craziness of that epic 4-part series. Shit. And his name is escaping me. But stay tuned to Reapers Underground and Black Flame Entertainment and my personal page as well. As to when that's going to occur, probably be 8 p.m. tomorrow night. And don't forget on Saturday, damn it, if you have been waiting all week to sin, join us on Saturday night for the goddamn program with all new fuckery that is going to bust your gut in millions of ways. And if you need to get the let out, Tracks of the Damned at noon on Sunday with myself and the Defiler. As we will be getting down to some new singles and releases that have come out recently. And boy, do they pack a wallop, and you're going to want them on your playlist. That's right. So as you are getting ready for the final day of the work week for most of us, you know, as you're taking your lunch, you're coming back leisurely, and maybe you've had a good day. Maybe it's been a shit day. But at the same token, you're happy because you're going to hang out with Black Flame Entertainment at the end of the night, and you can just be reassured to give the boss the finger and stay heavy.
Thank you for joining us on Reapers Underground. Stay tuned for more from Black Flame Entertainment.